What's going on, Mark Army, and what's going around New Sound? This is the Icon G here for another amazing interview. We have a special guest who was able to take time out of their busy schedule, running a promotion, running a podcast. We're going to get into it here. Have none other than Amanda Monroe.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I am good. How are you?
Oh, pretty good, thank you so much. And if you like these interviews, you like what we do here, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, because without you guys, we wouldn't be able to continue doing what we're doing, so I appreciate it. And I know we all do here. But yeah, I know how. Thank you, like I said, taking time out of your busy schedule to get this interview out of the way. And I know we won't take much time because I know you're a busy lady. You're very
A
busy.
little.
I did want to kind of get into. We're in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, getting ready for the Hammer Show that leads up into what an amazing year that's been for you guys here at New Sound, honestly. So I guess I wanted to ask you, just because I didn't know, were you always from South Dakota, or were you from around the area?
So I have been in this area my whole life. I grew up in Southwest Minnesota.
Okay.
I was a farm girl. I grew up about 10 miles south of Laverne, Minnesota. So my mom and I used to come to Sioux Falls all the time. So literally this has been my home my entire life. I've actually lived here though since about 2001. Oh, that's when I first moved here. So I almost at this point feel like a lifer.
Yeah, you're right. Like, I'm here and this is where I'm staying.
Exactly.
I was seeing on the social medias, you guys have some pets.
Oh boy. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. We have a cat.
A cat
that we just got in February, actually.
How's that? How's being a pet parent been? Especially with have you ever been around pets? Like had pets growing up?
Yeah, so I had cats growing up.
Okay.
And then I had a dog for about 10 years until he passed away. And then I went on like a pet drought where I didn't have any pets. And then my boys and I had always talked about, we knew we wanted an animal in the house. And I said, I love dogs, but I'm also not a fan of how much you have to take care of them. You have to constantly be there. And between D'Lo and I, we travel around so much and we do things like this. And I said, we need something that's a little bit lower maintenance. So back in February, there's a cat cafe here in Sioux Falls.
Oh, snap.
And we went there with my boys just to say, okay, let's look. We'd been there a couple times before, so we knew we could just look. And we were there for 30 minutes. By the time the 30 minutes was up, my boys were begging me for this cat. And the crazy thing was this cat's name was Gizmo, which is also the name of my dog that passed away 5 years ago.
Oh, man.
So I felt like it was just kind of meant to be. And she came into our house and she has ruled since day one. Since day one.
Running the house.
Yes. Now, if you ask DeLorean about her, he will talk about her all day long. He has fully formed himself into a cat dad. But I have turned myself into a cat mom because my cat has her own TikTok now and Instagram. So
make sure you follow. I'm going to look into that.
Yes.
Man, I did not know that.
Yes. I think this is sad. I should remember this. I think she's Princess Gizmuffin on
Gizmuffin?
Yeah. So her full name is Princess Gizmuffin von Puddlewisk II, but we call her Gizmo for short.
Oh, yeah.
And thanks to Chat GPT, that's how she got the long name. But we felt that it suited her for a princess, and then we just shorten it up. So she's Gizmo, Gizmuffin, baby girl, ma'am when she gets in trouble. Yeah, she's great. She's great.
Because I've seen some videos of this TikTok about this couple who has like these long names like Galaxy Annihilator. I don't know if you've seen those.
Oh,
it's pretty close to that.
See, now, if you're watching the promo last night, she actually made her promo debut because as we were talking, she jumped onto the couch. And we were going to start over, but we just thought, we'll just go with it. And she was perfect. I was like, she's just a little star.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Meant for the camera.
For it. Meant for it.
That's awesome. Well, I guess we'll transition into wrestling. I like to ask this question a lot because I like to gauge kind of people where they got their start, where they got started into wrestling. What's your first, I guess, memory of wrestling where you're like, hey, what is this? This made you want to keep continuing watching it.
Yeah, so my very first I guess, kind of touch of wrestling was in the 90s, when I used to hang out with my cousins a lot and my aunt, and they watched, classic WWF from the 90s. So Mankind, Undertaker, Hulk Hogan, all of the classics, I guess you could say. So I knew of it. I knew what it was, but where the house I grew up in, we only had like 6 channels or whatever. I know I'm really dating myself, but I knew what it was. We didn't have cable, so I would go over there and I'd see it,
Right.
So I knew what it was. I didn't watch it. So when I moved to my own place after I graduated high school, that was back in 2000. Gosh, I'm really dating myself now.
It's okay. It's all right.
I started watching it again, and it was just little bits here and there. And then I watched WrestleMania 17. And I saw,
it's a good one.
It's a fantastic one.
Good one.
And I saw Edge jump off a ladder and spear Jeff Hardy, and that was instantaneous. Now the cool thing is, I got to meet Jeff Hardy, and I got to tell him that moment was like, that was it for me. That's when I knew it was going to be part of my life, which he thought was really cool. So it was very cool to be able to tell him that. So that was where I started. I watched really religiously from about 2001 to probably about 2010, somewhere in there.
Oh, okay.
And then I kind of went sporadically, back and forth. I did watch it, and then I would stop watching it for a while.
On and off?
Yes, on and off. And then I really started getting into it again in about 2016.
Okay.
2017.
Okay.
Which is around the same time I met Nick Dinsmore.
Oh, gotcha.
Gotcha. So that's a story in itself.
How you met him? Or?
How I met him. So a good friend of mine, his name is Chris Tubbs. He lives up in Minneapolis now. And Chris, if I got that wrong, I'm so sorry.
Let us know.
I was doing some work for the MS Society at the time. Side note, I was diagnosed with MS in 2008. And when I tell you wrestling has helped me get to where I am, I mean that.
That's awesome.
But that's a side note.
Right.
So I was doing some work for the MS Society, and Chris comes to me. He's like, listen, I know you're a fan, and I'm having Nick Dinsmore come in the studio, and I was wondering if you wanted to meet him. Now, mind you, when I started watching, that's when Nick was in the WWE. He was doing Eugene. He was starting this stuff, and I was like, yeah, like, why wouldn't I want to? Like, absolutely.
Yeah.
So he got me to meet him. Went to the radio station that he was at. He was actually in a sling at the time because I think he had rotator cuff surgery.
Okay.
And he told me, he's like, oh yeah, I'm actually planning on setting up a school here. And, maybe because he's like, there's no independent wrestling around here. And his wife is actually his wife at the time was actually from Laverne. And he's like, I want to move here and set up stuff. And I remember specifically, I told him, you start a company here and I will show up at every show.
Hey,
and minus the first one that I didn't make it to, the second one I started going to. Every one after that, I was hooked. And my husband at the time, I was going with, I would go to the shows with him, and it was not his thing. It just wasn't his thing.
Right.
And so I started going by myself, and then I started meeting people there. Shout out to the Front Row crew. They were the ones that adopted me. One of my besties is I met because of that.
Right.
And then, so again, we were going to shows when it was at the Coliseum. We were going to shows when it was at the Icon. And how I actually got into actually being in the ring. One of our wrestlers got hurt and broke his neck. Ooh. And had to have surgery. So the next month we had a benefit show for him, and they had this big raffle. One of the prizes was a free semester of training.
Hey.
I was like, why not?
Yeah, right.
So I signed up for it, and wouldn't you know it, I won.
Let's go.
So
congrats.
I was nervous, but I started training. That first bump, nothing prepares you for that first bump. I don't think. And I wish anybody who's critical of wrestling would go in and take one bump, because it will change your mind.
I'm told by people that it's the best back surgery you'll ever need.
It
back
is.
Alignment.
It's insane. So I started training, and I was training for a few months, and then of course stuff like that gets expensive. I was going through a divorce at the time, so I took a break. And then one month I was like, Nick, I really miss this. I really
Mm-hmm.
want to, can I come in? Can I like be a referee? Because I knew like at the age I was, I'm like, my body can't do this. Like, I'm just this girl with MS who like is thankful to be where she's at. So
Right.
he's like, yeah, absolutely. So I started being a referee and
Mm-hmm.
I really liked it, thought it was great. So I started doing it more regularly.
Right.
And it never, the bug never left.
Oh no.
Now, if you would have told me when I won that raffle where I would be now, I absolutely would not have believed it.
Wow, you're right.
Like at all. I mean, it's funny. I always say like the reason why I'm here is a variety of puzzle pieces that fit together.
Right.
And it just makes this entire picture as to why I'm sitting here.
Yeah. That's the amazing thing about wrestling. There's no roadmap or no way to get to where you want to get to. It's just organic and shoot, like you said, you start from a fan and you work your way into it, and
Mm-hmm.
now you're just like, man, for in your place, I'm part owner of a promotion here in
Yeah.
Sioux Falls.
Yeah, exactly. And again, like when we were, Midwest All Pro, it's like this is how I met my husband. You
Yeah.
know how D'Lo and I started dating,
Mm-hmm.
and then getting married, and then it just organically got into this whole. Let's start our own promotion because we don't have much. We don't have independent wrestling here anymore, and we know there's a market for it. You just have to find those people
Oh
and
yeah.
pull them in. And I will tell you right now, I think when we started, I would have been shocked if we lasted 2 years.
Really.
I really thought, we might be able to have, one, two, maybe three shows, and then it would be a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And if you would have told me we would have been in this spot doing this now, and it never really hits me until people start coming to the show. And,
Yeah.
and that first bell rings, and I look
Mm-hmm.
out at everything. And I'm probably like a lot of people, like I'm my own worst critic. And I really think like nobody's gonna show up. Like there's gonna be like three people in the front row, and that's it.
Right.
And every time I am just so blown away by the support
Oh
here
yeah.
in Sioux Falls.
Oh yeah.
Like it's amazing. I will never be able to say thank you enough for all the support from everyone.
Awesome. That's amazing. That's amazing, man. And that's the thing. That's the thing I like about wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of word of mouth.
Yeah.
And if a lot of people don't know, like you go places and they won't even know that there's wrestling until you tell
Mm-hmm.
them and you show them, and then they're like, "Oh, now I have to go to the show."
Yeah.
And then it's like they like it. Let me ask the next person. Let me go tell a friend. I'm gonna go tell my brother. I'm gonna go tell my sibling.
Mm-hmm.
And you just bring in more and more people, and then man, eventually you'll be selling out venues.
Yeah.
Which I think you guys did sell out for the last one where we had the steel cage match.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking out there because I'm thankful to be on commentary. I look out, I'm just like, I don't see a single empty seat out there.
I look down on the crowd, and I'm blown away.
Yeah.
I feel like somebody's gonna pinch me at some point, and I'm gonna wake up. But I think the show tonight it's not, but like every show doesn't mean something,
Right.
but this show just means so much more. I've actually been in tears a couple times today just because of I think the emotion that is going to happen tonight. Like that room, it's going to be amazing.
Yes, it is.
I mean, is it going to be sad? Of course, but it's also going to be amazing. Yeah. I think people are going to walk out just being really, really happy with what's going on and what's happening.
Oh yeah, man. And I guess we can talk about that a little bit. You can tell me if you want me to move over if it's. But the show tonight is to commemorate Trent Hammer. A great personality, a great person here in the community for Sioux Falls and the wrestling scene. What did he mean to you? I guess how did he impact not only New Sound but the wrestling community here? Like it's a family, I must say.
It is.
How did it impact the family and how did it affect you?
I think so many of us are still processing.
I'm sure.
It. I mean, for me, it's like I can't imagine what the family is going through.
Right.
Because just I still have a hard time talking about it, not because it makes me really sad, but because it's like my brain is still trying to figure out that it really actually happened, and he's not going to walk through a curtain anymore.
Right.
I think so. I have to give a shout out to my husband, who was up until 5 a.m. making this amazing video that I think is going to. It's a mix. Mm-hmm. It's sad because obviously he's gone, but it's also extremely hopeful because for me, and I found this out when my dad passed away 5 years ago, for me, grief is a process.
Mhm.
And to be honest, I actually had a couple people ask me, why didn't we do this sooner?
Mhm.
Why didn't we do this, a month after he was gone or 2 months after he was gone? And for me, I'm such a perfectionist. I don't half-ass anything.
Gotcha.
I knew if we were going to do something for him, it was something that he's going to look down and say, you guys did good. Like, you guys did good.
You want to make him proud.
Exactly. This is something that, for me, grief doesn't just disappear a month after he's gone.
No.
It's always there. And for me, I want to support his family, his wife and his kids, and know that, as time goes on, we're not going to forget about him.
Right.
Getting to meet him, getting him and I were pretty close to the same age, and knowing as you get older, it's really hard to wrestle. Seeing what he did, I mean, just how he took his heel character and he just worked it. And he made these relationships with so many other wrestlers.
Oh, yeah.
Like how quick that happens. And it literally feels like there's going to be an empty space tonight. I know it. But again, I want to be able to tell the family that, again, as time goes on, we don't forget him.
Exactly.
Like, we're doing this show tonight because this is a show that we're proud of.
Exactly.
And this is a show that, again, like I said, I think he would be like, yeah, I like it. You did good. You did good.
I love it.
And again, it gave us time to prepare. It gave us time to process a little bit more, because when we found out about it, obviously we had a show the next day.
Yeah, it was abrupt.
Yeah.
It was abrupt.
Yeah. And to me, he was the kind of person who always had a smile on his face. Yeah. He had all these plans. And I think that just makes things even more of a shock. And I can say from, someone who has fought with my own demons for several years, this family, these friends that I have made, they're not even my friends anymore. I mean, this is my family.
Oh yeah.
This is where, when I'm trying to process and figure out why things made sense, I'm here. Right. Like, I'm going to go out there tonight, and it's just, I forget everything in the outside world. Like anything that's going on in my mind and my demons, anything like that. But on that note, I think we need to talk about mental health more.
Yeah, we do.
We really do. I mean, there's no shame in like reaching out to somebody and saying, whether it's the 988 number, whether it's your friends, whether it's your family, whether it's a stranger, like saying, I need help. I've been there. And again, like I said, my life is just a bunch of puzzle pieces that fit together. Yeah. I always say that I have so many reasons why I'm still here, whether it's my kids, my husband, wrestling, music, anybody who doubts that, I have a Shinedown license plate. But I mean, again, this show just means so much more. Yeah. And I really, and again, along with the funds for the family, we are also going to raise money for the Out of the Darkness Walk, which is for benefits the American Society or American Foundation for Suicide Prevention.
Suicide Prevention.
Yes, which again is it's so important to talk about. And again, I think we've gone really far when it comes to knowing that it's okay to talk about it, but I still think we have so much. Yeah, we have so much left. Yeah. We really do.
You need to get more outreach, more people to listen, more people to know that, hey, you're not alone. And just knowing there that anybody has their lend an ear. If you just want to just have somebody to listen, like 5 minutes is crucial for some people. Yeah. So like I said, we'll take some time here. If you need help, anything at all, like, there's help. There's a hotline. There's like you said, like Amanda said, friends, family, a stranger. Just if you need help, just reach out. There's always help. There's no shame in asking for help at all. But we can go ahead and shift gears here a little bit. Like I said, you're a woman of many talents. Not only are you co-owner of a wrestling promotion, but you're also having a podcast going on here.
Yeah.
What's that been, using what you've learned as a co-owner, transitioning into the podcast realm like?
So I think if wrestling has taught me anything, I am very introverted in my private life. But as soon as you get anything wrestling related around me, I am automatically an extrovert.
Mm-hmm.
So the podcast that I'm going to be starting with my buddy Cal. Also, side note, Wrestling with Pride, Pryde. Check that out because that's actually part of the Sisterhood of the Squared Circle.
Awesome. We'll put links down in the description for
Yes.
people.
And my podcast will also be associated with the Sisterhood of the Squared Circle. So I will be starting that, I believe, in September. First episode is probably going to be coming out around October. We're focusing it a lot on the female side of wrestling.
Awesome.
Obviously, wrestling is a pretty male-dominated sport, but I feel like, women are starting to come up. I'm so thankful that we're not in the attitude era with the divas anymore.
Holy,
I mean, I love watching it now where these women are athletic and obviously they're gorgeous too, but they're athletic. They're strong. They're smart. They're not being kind of used, again, the same as like the attitude era.
Right.
So I want to be able to shine a light more on the female, whether it's wrestlers, whether it's referees, whether it's fans.
Right.
I have my friend Val who has gone to more wrestling events than I can count.
Holy moly.
Who I want to have on the podcast. So I'm crossing my fingers. She's my first guest.
Awesome.
So yeah, that will be coming up.
It'll be interesting to hear. Like I said, you said it's a very male dominated sport. So I'm pretty sure we'd love to see just what a female perspective is, or what women are thinking in wrestling. Because like I said, the voices of men, we've heard that for years and years to come. But now that women are really coming, it's like, hey, we can do this stuff too, guys.
Yeah.
And just getting in there, I'd love to. Where would we be able to find you guys? Do you know?
So as of right now, if you look up Friends of the Squared Circle or Sisterhood of the Squared Circle on Facebook, they will both be having updates as the podcast is starting out.
Awesome. Can't wait to hear it. Can't wait to see it. I guess we can go ahead and go into it here a little bit more. I've heard a little bit of research I've done here. You used to do DDP yoga.
I still do DDP yoga.
How long have you been doing DDP yoga now for?
About as long as I have been wrestling.
Wow.
In the wrestling world. I started around 2017, and I have been consistent ever since.
Man.
Now, when I tell you, again, like I said earlier, in 2008, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. As you can imagine, that was very scary.
I'm sure.
When people say they see their life flash in front of their eyes, I did. I was like, well, this is the end of everything. I'm going to be in a wheelchair. I'm going to be, I'm never going to have kids. 1,000 things I wouldn't be able to do.
Right.
But as time went along, I always say I felt sorry for myself for a week. And then I was like, nope, get up. Like you're going to take one of two roads. You're either just going to sit here, feel sorry for yourself, end up in a wheelchair, and that's your life, or you're going to get up. You're going to do what you can. You're going to figure out how to manage this, and you're going to keep going.
Wow.
So I picked that one. I had twins in 2014. I graduated my master's degree when they were newborns. And then I started DDP yoga.
This was all after the diagnosis.
Holy. So I started DDP yoga. Now, the neurologist that I have, she's leaving next month. That's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
She's very much into, yes, meds are good, but I also want you to take control of your own life. I want you to work out. I want you to not eat junk all the time. Like, have a balance.
Yeah. Take care of yourself.
So I started out with my first DDP yoga workout. Again, it's one of those things like you do it and then you sit there for 2 weeks and then you do another one and then you take another break. I don't remember the exact time frame when I started being more consistent, but I just remember Saturday night at midnight, while my kids are sleeping, I'd be doing yoga. I would, do yoga in the middle of the day. It was very organic how I started doing it.
Right.
And my neurologist was like, okay, so you're finding something that works for you. I was like, this is working. It really is. I was getting more energy. Which again is a big thing when you have MS is trying to find the energy, which I still struggle with to this day.
It's a process for sure.
It is. It's a process. Yeah. But as I started doing it more, all of a sudden I'm like, I'm doing it twice a week. I'm doing it 3 times a week. I'm doing it 4 times a week. I actually had a stretch of 100 days where I did at least 15 minutes every single day. And then I started, my workplace had a gym. So I started sneaking down to the gym
There you go.
and doing some other stuff.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. And then probably about 2021, I actually started getting really consistent in the gym too. So now it's just a mix of doing DDP some days, doing the gym some days, and it's gotten to the point where that's like my drug. I can't go more than 2 days without doing some kind of workout.
Your body just feels weird.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
And I honestly credit it to where I am now.
Awesome.
Like I'm not in a wheelchair. I'm not, limping. I have good days and bad days like everybody does. But it's so manageable. It really is. And I don't know if it's a mix between what I'm doing and just being blessed or I just I think I know it's helped.
Yeah.
So shout out to DDP because I would love to meet that man someday because honestly, like I will hug him and tell him that he has saved me because that man is a saint.
Yeah.
He's wonderful.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's such a good story. I love that. That's so awesome. And like I said, when I found that out, I guess I always wanted to know for you, like in your headspace, if you ever have some of those like down days, what do you use as an inspiration or motivation to get yourself out of that funk? Because I know it might be a day or it might be just a bad day or maybe a bad couple of hours. Because like I said, we all have our issues, but it's always tough to bounce back. What would you say you would use to help yourself bounce back?
My kids are always watching.
There you go.
Whether I know that they're right there or not, they're watching me.
That's awesome.
And
That's cool.
I've always kind of, now I really got to try not to cry when I say this.
Oh,
I always have to remember that I want them to look at me and go, that's my mom. Like, that's my mom. My neurologist told me when I first met her, she's like, my goal is when they graduate high school, you are walking with them at graduation. You are not in a wheelchair. And that is my motivation every single day. I'm like, I want to know. Obviously, I could say my husband, all that stuff. But I'm like, my kids, my kids are 100%. Like, they're going to be here tonight. And I want them to be like, that's my mom. That's my mom.
I don't even have kids, and I had touched my heartstrings.
Yeah. They are my reason for so much. Yeah. They really are.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it. Well, I guess on that, I will definitely... And I know you're a busy lady. You got stuff to do. So I thank you so much for being here with us. I appreciate you taking time. And I'm sure you got to go jump into something else.
Yeah, got to keep jumping. Thank you so much. Anytime you want me back, I tell you what, I have no problem talking.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
If you have the camera there, if you want to plug anything, you're more than welcome to as we before we sign off here.
Yeah, check out New Sound Wrestling on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok. You can also check out Amanda Monroe on Facebook. Oh, and also SuperCon is coming up next month.
There you go.
September 19th. We are having Dan House.
Anyways, I don't know if you've heard our outro before. We always do any interview or anything we do with collab with anybody. We love to do the outro. Do you know the outro?
If the check bounces.
So do you. So thank you.
Thank you.
Take care, guys.